Morning, Mr. Pete.
Morning, Mr. Dave.
And Johnny, I froze when you said,
Yeah,
tell you what.
yeah, yeah, okay. So have a guess what happened last night. So about 9 o'clock, I go upstairs to my bedroom. Yeah, my bedroom, right? Which overlooks the back garden, just
Don't
to
tell
have
me
a
that
lay.
fucking bird's come back.
No, 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 no. But I tell you what, and you'll see the video. A mountain lion, or bobcat they call it,
Okay.
strolling through our back garden.
Wow.
Okay, so we have no, I don't. We have a bobcat
In the yard.
in the yard.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. Oh my goodness. He's behind. There he is. There he is. There's the bobcat. Got him, look. There he is. Just when you didn't believe me. Something you don't see in England, do you?
No way.
Not at all.
So
Yeah.
how are they bigger or smaller than a squirrel? I can't
Well,
remember.
here's the deal, Dave. When you see the video, you'll say, "Oh, that's a pussycat." No, it's not a pussycat. It's a fucking bobcat or mountain lion. It's not a full-grown one, but they can be really, really nasty. Yeah.
David, you didn't
Yes,
lose
sir.
one of those cats when you were out house sitting, did you?
Yeah, look, yeah, I had to look after two of them, and they were twice the size of what you're on about.
I'm gonna
Thanks,
put
Fruity.
I'm putting the video into this recording, but you'll see it before then. I'm gonna send it to you right now, so you can watch it on your phone. But
Oh,
I'll put it on the seafarers
Oh.
right now.
oh, what's he
Yeah,
now?
I haven't got sound. I haven't got sound on it yet, but
Hmm.
or there may be sound on it. But we'll see. 'Cause I've just been doing it.
Do they
Oh, no,
roar?
well, it's more of a meow, but
Oh, right.
but Johnny just turns the volume up.
Eat kitty
So,
cat.
so Pete, how was the wedding and all?
Oh, the wedding was
I'm just going
great.
to go make a cup of tea. I won't be a minute.
Really, really good. Haven't I spoken to you since then?
No,
Oh,
no,
right.
not
Okay.
yet.
The wedding was fantastic. It was great venue, a lovely part of. I thought I was going to Belgium. We were in Holland actually,
Yeah.
Utrecht. Um,
Oh, oh yeah.
it's incredible, and I forgot what Holland's like with bicycles.
It's mental,
Ah,
mental,
it, it's
awful.
it's like you're going to another planet.
It is. It is. It's terrible. Yeah.
You
It's
can
scary.
you can see the logic behind it. But wow, you take your life in your own hands if you just
Shit.
walking down the road.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
incredible.
Mm. No,
No,
it is.
it
It's
was
terrible.
brilliant. It was brilliant, Dave. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is. It's a lovely place, a lovely country, and lovely people, actually. They're lovely
They're
people.
all right. They're all right.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
they've got the time of day for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they do
So,
speak they do speak better English than we do, actually.
oh, definitely, definitely.
They are. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. So,
we
yeah.
ate we ate too much, and subsequently led to perhaps drinking a little bit too much, not excessive. Um,
That's brilliant. Well, we're off to sunny Spain on Tuesday or Wednesday, which would be good. We're going with a couple of friends. Their daughter's good friends of our daughter Liz, and we're going off with them to. It's about an hour out of Malaga, so it'll be a nice
oh,
break.
that's on the coast,
What
isn't it?
Malaga's on the coast, but
Yeah.
this place we're going to, Gica or something like that, it's about an hour from Malaga. As you go along towards to the west and then up a bit into up in the hills. But
Right.
it's
Do they,
it's
do they live there?
So
no,
what's the
they've got
attraction
no.
there, Dave?
Well, our friends have got a holiday sort of deal that they go, they
Yeah, yeah.
belong into. It's not, I suppose it's like a timeshare thing, but this company's got hotels and properties all over the world, so even at like Bali and what have you. So
All
anyway,
right.
they go in there and there's a spare room. We've been invited, so.
Oh,
That'd be good. Talking about Bali, we finished our bathroom's been done into a shower room and everything. It's really nice, really great. We're happy. The guy that did the majority of the work, his wife's expecting next week, so his boss was worried he wasn't going to finish the job in time in case she got pulled in early. Anyway, she did. She's still hanging on. He said, but he's going to go back to see her family afterwards. He goes every year for 6 weeks, and she's from Bali.
oh,
Wow, wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
I
Could
know.
if they got a timeshare as well, Dave, you could get
Well,
into that.
it's even better because she's got a family home. So I'm sure,
Oh,
I mean, he might have only been the plumber, but to me, he's a very good friend now.
never met a plumber from Bali.
Talking about Bali, when we were there, right, our suitcases got transported privately, but I think one of the cases wasn't locked, right? And I started freaking out because apparently, if someone put drugs in there, guess what? It's a death penalty. Yeah, yeah, they don't mess around. They get
In
executed.
Bali, Indonesia.
Oh yeah, yeah. You Google it. Yeah, if
Ah,
you a drug dealer with drugs in your suitcase. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
wow.
was not happy with that.
So where if you didn't keep them in the suitcase, where did you keep them, Billy?
Yeah,
So if you had a
yeah,
couple of packets of Nurofen, you were really in trouble.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
I've never heard that. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, well, it may have changed now. The penalty for drug offence in Bali, yeah, yeah. Just Google it. In Indonesia, it's not just Bali; it's Indonesia. Yeah.
Well, did you join a ship there?
Oh, we had a cruise from Sydney to Bali. Yeah,
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
what,
That was
you and Cindy?
yeah, yeah.
Good.
We
How
we
was
we we
Cindy?
we we had a penthouse with a butler on that one.
Johnny, why do you
Oh,
even bother to say that? Because that's the lowest of the standards you now have. All right. I don't know why you even bother
I
to say
said it
that.
because it was the Avignon thing when they cancelled that cruise for us, so they gave us that one for free. Yeah, so
Bloody
yeah.
great. Anyway, Johnny, you home for another couple of days with the grandkids, and then whereabouts in the world are you going with Cindy?
Nowhere, nowhere.
What? No, what you mean? There's nowhere left?
Well, there's a few cruises coming up, but not till a bit later in the year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, Fruity, you enjoyed your cruise across the Solent the other week.
Well, it wasn't quite a cruise. We went on the Fast Cat. We'd never been on that before. It only takes 28 minutes to West Coast.
Right. Okay. They've got a new
Yeah.
one coming out, haven't they? They've got it's an all electric. Is it all
Yeah,
electric? Yeah,
yeah,
that's coming up
yeah.
soon.
Yeah, we went over. Dave Pemberton
Yeah.
went with us. And
Did he?
Yeah.
yeah, we just went. There's a pub just as you get off of where the Fast Cat comes in called the Fountain Inn. And
I know that.
Alan knew of someone who he knows that used to go in there. So that's why we went there. But we ended up staying there. Alan went off looking for this guy somewhere else. But I just sat there with Munson and Dave.
You didn't go up to the volunteer by any chance, did you?
No, it's the other side of the island, Pete.
Uh,
Cows is at the bottom and Ventnor's at the top.
ah,
and it's
Okay.
I think it's 16 miles, but takes about an hour to get there.
Yeah, when my sister took us to the Isle of Wight, we went on the fast thing, and we took the bus all around the island. It was double decker
Yeah.
bus. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
Johnny, was it as fast as what when we went with our friends to the Isle of Wight? Johnny, was it as fast as that?
No, it wasn't, Dave.
No, it wasn't. All right. Just remember,
Mm.
we went there the other week actually, and you were mentioned in dispatches, Johnny.
Are they doing well?
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, they're good. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very good.
the other thing, Pete, is we didn't know if that bloke still had that pub, that Miles,
Yeah,
because when I googled it, at one stage there was an advert for it up for sale.
yeah, you were saying.
And when I looked on the website, it didn't say anything about Miles. So, and I don't know if Alan or Munson would have known him anyhow.
Alan or Munson.
Or Dave Pemberton even.
Dave Pemberton might have. He was on the PP Miles and I think the IP as well.
Was he sailing with you, and he then took the volunteer over on the Isle of Wight?
Oh yeah, it was great, mate. He came to sea with Jack the Rat.
Is he still there? Is he still on the island?
Wow.
He's on the island, but we don't know if he's still got the pub in Ventnor.
What's his
Yeah.
name?
Miles Lidsall.
I've heard you mention that before.
Lidsell, I think it is.
That's it. That's it.
He's a friend of Annie's. Sorry,
Oh, really?
Stevens.
Are we look,
Friend
Johnny,
of
Johnny,
whose?
remember, don't edit
Annie's.
that out. Do
Annie's.
not edit that out.
No.
Oh, really? Is it? Does he know Steve from maybe the Southern Cross or the Northern Star or something?
Might
I
have
don't
been. No. I still think the West Coast were the first ships he'd been on. Although saying that, Jack first came to sea on the Ark. So he was a mate of his from back in Essex. And after Jack had been on the Ark for a while, well, Jack was on when we took over the Sea Princess, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yes.
Right.
Jack came over from the Arcadia to start with.
Yeah.
And then I think he got off when we got back to Sydney, didn't he?
Yeah.
What
Don't
you
think
mean, literally within 2 weeks, sort of thing?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I don't think he was on there very long.
Because he would have joined in Singapore when you
Yeah,
came over, Pete.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
did I mean, I did tell you that there was a guest on the Hebridean Princess who actually sailed on that last cruise on the Arcadia and the first one on the Sea Princess. And I just got talking to him at dinner one night, and we actually had sailed together for me on the Sea Princess, but for you as well, Pete, and others on the Arcadia on the way up.
Yeah.
Wow. I met a guy on Friday. He's the father of this girl that drinks in the pub that I go in. She's about 45, I suppose, and he's like in his late 60s. And he'd been on P&O to start with. Then he'd been transferred to BI. He was an office chap, having been at sea for a short while, then got a job with the cargo division. But he knew everybody that I spoke about. I showed him a picture of you and Jeffrey Sterling at the lunch, and he went, Jeffrey Sterling. And then we talked about Maurice Onslow, Peter Cutmore, and Eric Shepherd. He knew all those. They all worked with him, and he worked with them. Fascinating couple of hours I spent with him.
What was his name?
I have a confession, guys. So the son of Captain Bradford, Nigel, he's a Facebook friend of mine. Okay, but so I see his posts. He posted yesterday that it was his dad would have been 94. So in case you see it, I'm telling you now, I did post that it was my pleasure to serve under your father, Nigel, and he was a great captain. I did say that,
Oh.
and a friend of mine, a friend of mine.
Yeah, but Johnny, you were that friend. I mean, everyone
Yeah,
has a friend, and you were that
yeah.
friend.
It, it,
Even
I
even
know.
Sa- even even Sammy's wife wasn't really his friend, was she?
It's only because you brown nosed him, Colonel. It's only because you
No,
brown nosed him with planting
no.
glasses to be picked up.
I know it used to be great because on horse racing night in the Monkey Bar, um, I'd be the one to would request me to have the champagne. So that was sort of special.
Yeah,
Had to be me.
of course. But he actually Sammy was all right with us on the Sun, wasn't he, Johnny? Because
It's fun. It's funny because I don't know what captain was it. There's something about the Sun Princess. It's like it was just different. Yeah,
yeah. I think they all
because
came on holiday on that ship.
it wasn't the same on the Pacific Princess. I tell you, it was not
No,
the same on there.
no.
Who was your old man on there, John?
Well, on the Pacific,
Yeah.
the officers were so snooty. I can't even tell you. I know that Phil was the bar manager, and there was Gizzy there, Jingles, um, uh,
Mm.
Scotty was on there. I can't even tell you who the captain was because
No.
they stayed. That's why Scotty.
Well,
Yeah.
you were on there, weren't you? The PP.
Oh, was yeah.
Yeah. Who was
No,
the old man when you were there?
Uh, good question.
I
I
remember
was
you
there in
coming over to visit the
75,
Sun
76.
Princess,
Yeah,
didn't you?
Have a
When
look at
when
your
when
discharge
when
book,
we
see
were
what
in
the stamp
together.
is.
Oh,
yeah.
good,
I
good, good
yeah, but
point, Adam.
that discharge book got stolen when I got robbed, Foodie. So I didn't have that one. I got it replaced later. Yeah,
Going back to
should
Sammy, they used to call him Snoopington or something, didn't they? He was
yeah,
always snooping
yeah,
around.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can always remember once I can't remember what port we were in, and I fell, I didn't turn to him. He put me on a fucking shake.
What Sammy did?
Yeah, he came down, knocked on my cabin door, got me up.
Yeah,
Brilliant,
We'd sailed
brilliant.
and I hadn't opened the machines up.
yeah.
Well, that was good of him to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did he bring you a cup of tea with him as well?
No, no, no. It was after we'd sailed. It must have sailed early evening or late afternoon or something. And
Oh,
I'd
Yeah.
obviously had some tincture somewhere in the afternoon.
oh, even better, even better. So, oh. But Fruity, who was your favourite captain?
Captain Love, I bet.
I would say Peter Love.
Yeah,
I like John Crichton as well.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
he was on Oriana as captain just before he died.
yeah.
I also got on quite well with Captain Chester.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Hey, but
He-
talking about captains, I'm sorry. Did you see that captain who died on the Diamond Princess?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No.
Well,
yeah,
at sea, at sea, at
yeah.
sea.
He was
Oh,
He's
only
only in
young.
he's only
Yeah.
in his 50s, 57
Yeah.
or something. Yeah,
Yeah, Captain
yeah.
Chester. When I first went on Canberra, he was up and down DC captain. Fred Woolley was the commodore, and when he went on leave, John Chester went captain, and John King was the DC, or Staffy in those days.
Yeah.
But Captain Chester always come and speak to me, and then he was on the CP towards the end, and he'd always come and chat then, and sometimes have a drink with me in the Pacific Lounge.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, he was a
Good on
lovely
him.
guy.
I'd forgotten about Captain Chester.
Yeah.
I need to see a picture of him.
Oh, one eye.
He
He had a funny eye.
yeah,
Yeah,
eye.
yeah,
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah. It looked like he was boss-eyed.
yeah,
But yeah, it was
he
really,
had a lovely wife, really
yeah,
nice wife. She used to talk to all the crew. She was really nice.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just trying to think who
I've
else.
got
Certainly,
Peter,
as I
no,
say,
not wasn't Peter Love. Yeah, I've got Chester in there, but that's on the island. Pacific Island.
What's the name of the crazy one whose name I've forgotten? The crazy one, crazy captain. It'll come to me in a minute. He was captain
Waisha,
of the Oriana.
Waisha.
Well,
Oh no,
was it was it, he had a nickname. He had a nickname too.
Oh, Jock
He'll
the
come to me in
Fever.
a
Dark the
no,
Fever.
not no, no, no. It'll come to me in a minute. Come to me in a minute. That's
That
fine.
be
Well, there
that-
was
where-
Waisha, Wacky
What?
Waisha.
What? Yeah. Wacky Waisha. Yeah.
John King. Oh no, he was
Yeah,
that was the island. All these ones, my time on the Pacific Princess, looks like they've been signed off by the
AP.
crew AP.
Yeah, they did a lot of that on their lot. John, but Braun, do you remember John? Was it John Braun? Was
Paul,
one-
Yeah,
Paul Braun.
Paul Braun.
Paul Braun, that's right. Yeah, Paul Braun.
What year were you on the PP?
Right, okay. My first trip on the PP was in
79,
79.
Oh, okay, 79. Okay.
79 to did 2 trips on her there, then went back to her on in 83 in San Juan. Then I left her in 85 and went on Canberra. Canberra. Yeah, and then they stopped putting the stamps in our books because it was under the West, was it?
Mm.
The company
Princess
that
Cruises.
yeah, Princess Cruises.
Mm.
And then we
Yeah.
didn't get our book stamped after 86.
So talking
Really?
about the camera, who knows? After the Falkland War, how long did it take to get her back to normal? Public rooms and that.
About a month, I think.
Yeah.
She went
Yeah, it
into
wasn't
dry
too
dock.
bad.
It wasn't too long.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You imagine after putting, when they rigged up all the helipads over the swimming pools and everything like that, unbelievable, wasn't
They were
it?
great for diving off into those pools.
Well, it was like that because on the Zuganda, that was amazing.
That's where this guy had served a lot of the on Uganda, on the Kenya, which was Uganda's sister ship. I always thought Navassa was. He said, "Oh no,
Navassa was another one, wasn't it?
yeah, but it wasn't Uganda's." And any of you saw with Rem Saradi?
Yeah, I met up with him because bar manager, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He-
yeah.
He
He
did
came
a
out
re-
with his name as well. He said, "Oh, I was on there with Rem Saradi." I went,
did a-
"Wow."
Rem did a relief on Canberra's bar manager.
Did he?
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
after the Falklands?
No, I don't know, because I was on Canberra from about June 75 to the end of November 78.
Mm.
And then they took me off to wait for Sea Princess to come out in 79. And I did go back there in the 80s to do reliefs. But I can't remember if that's when Rem was on there or not.
Right.
Munson was on BI. I was
Was
talking
he?
to I was talking to him when we were over the Isle of Wight about how he started with P&O. He started off on the Chusan. He was in the stores. And then he went to the West, he went to BI, and Danger Man was the purser, and he was in the stores, and he used to help out or something in the bars in the evening or something. And Danger Man made him up to an assistant barman.
Oh.
Um,
Well, on the Canberra.
no, either Navassa or Uganda.
Oh,
Wow.
right.
Do you remember Derek Stewart? Derek
Yes.
Stewart?
Yeah.
Derek was he had in fact he had your bar on Canberra. He had the half restaurant bar for a long time.
Yeah.
He was a good friend of Munson's, and he was BI, and I think Malcolm Blair was as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before Malcolm Blair ended up on
Well,
L'Oreal, didn't he?
Dougie Williams was always almost permanent on camera for the last few years, wasn't he?
I was bar manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one
Yeah.
that made me up from being a waiter to POS. I love him. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was Oriana though, wasn't it, John?
Yeah.
You remember he had a heart attack, didn't he, on the way home from Sydney at the end of the 74 Aussie cruising season? Got landed somewhere in the States, and Todd Slaughter went up to bar manager until we got back to
Right.
Southampton, I think. and then Maisie Marsden came on.
Oh,
You remember
He was a
Maisie
ca-
Marsden?
oh, he was a
Heard-
character.
Oh, have
Maisie-
you ever?
Maisie Mars balls.
Camp as a row of tents, wasn't he?
Oh,
What camper than what's his name with the tongue?
Oh, yeah.
Frankie.
Yeah, Miss Brock,
Frankie.
yeah.
Frankie, Miss Brock. What camper than
Oh.
Miss Brock? Mother Brock.
Aggie Brewer could tell you some stories about him.
oh, Maisie Mars balls. What a character.
His,
Ugh.
his partner, which was a female, had a florist in Jermyn Street in London.
All right.
And he took me to a dining club once for lunch. Well,
If you were on Canberra, Dave, in '85, did you say?
wait a minute, let me get my discharge book. Oh.
Pete,
No,
Pete,
Yeah.
can you
In
start
85,
talking with an Australian accent, please, just to make it authentic?
She's right. She's tight. There's Steve Watson,
no,
that.
no, I
I
was
hope
on.
it'd be lovely if it was.
Right, let me
I
just
put.
have-
I just put him. I just asked everyone where the fuck he was.
I joined, Pete, I joined Canberra in June 75,
Hmm.
and I left there in
75. Oh, I thought you said 85.
75. Then I left in I left in 29th of November 78, and that was to go to see Princess.
Ah, right.
Then I went back to Canberra in September 80 for a relief of about, well, it looks like about 2 months or 6 weeks perhaps.
Oh, now this is promising. Hello, Steve Walker. Hello,
Sorry, I'm
Stephen.
late, guys.
That's all right.
I've had to do the airport run this morning, so
Oh, well, that's all right.
Yeah, Pete, the last time I was on Canberra, Pete,
Yeah.
was September 81 to the 6th of November 81. And I went over from Canberra to Oriana. Oriana was in the dry dock. And I transferred over there. And that's when we did the line voyage out to Sydney, when she
Right,
went out for the last time. So
Okay.
that would have been the last time I was on Canberra.
I've got a funny one here.
Now,
got off-
boys, look up on the screen. We not only have a
Yay!
representative, but
all right, mate.
now, Stephen, your Watsy, your microphone is on mute. If
That's
it. That's good.
That's
That
it.
sounds
Hello.
brilliant. Well,
Hello.
it's-
Hey,
oh,
How you doing,
this is
mate?
great.
How you
Yeah,
doing?
okay. Okay.
Jolly good.
Okay.
Jolly
Oh,
good.
thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Wonderful.
All the fun and games start tomorrow.
What's
Oh,
happening tomorrow?
The chemo starts tomorrow and the radiation starts tomorrow. 6 weeks of radiation and the
Ooh.
chemo starts. So yeah, I thought
It-
I'd come and say hello to everybody before I go into hibernation for maybe 6 weeks or so.
Okay,
Well,
thanks,
I'm
Watson.
so pleased to see you, Steve. Will you be in hospital for the whole period, or will it be a daily?
No, just day release day. Go in for I think it's 5 or 7 hours tomorrow. 5 hours tomorrow for the chemo. Chemo's only once every 3 weeks. Radiation every day.
Right.
How
Right.
long's
But
that for?
radiation only be maybe half an hour. You get a slot, it's like a McDonald's. You get a slot, you take a ticket, you go through the drive-in and they zap you, and hopefully that's as good as it is.
Brilliant.
But I think by what I'm reading and what they're telling me, maybe week 1, 2, 3 might be all right, but week 4, 5, 6, I think it's going to be a bit sort of ordinary, maybe.
Is that
Yeah.
for the
So-
radiotherapy, Steve, or the chemo?
Radiotherapy. Well, the chemo might knock the shit out of me a bit for a week or so. The radio, as I say, they say week 1, 2, okay, sort of 4, 5, 6, sort of not good because they're going to come in on this side of my face. It's going to take my saliva glands, and it's going to burn me. It's going to burn me. So they say it's not going to be too
pleasant.
So you're having chemo and radiotherapy at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Chemo tomorrow, and then she said, the oncologist said, she wants to do 3 bouts of the chemo, but she said just depends on how I tolerate it with the radiation. If she'd like to do 3, if I don't tolerate it, the best, then she said she'd be happy with two bouts of the chemo, but she'd really like to do 3. But it's every 3 weeks. She said, if I don't tolerate it at all after tomorrow, then she can do it weekly and just drop the dose down, sort of weaken the dose down and have it on a weekly basis. But she wants to do it this way. I don't know why, but this sort of full strength business for, just 3 goes at it.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck to you, Watsy.
Yeah. All the best.
Absolutely.
I've got a question for Martin. Martin,
Sure.
I've got.
Sure.
Yeah. Sometimes I hear Macca call you something, so I've changed your name a bit. So if I'm out of line, tell me, and I'll change it right away.
Well, what does he call me?
Doris. Everyone calls him Doris. Everyone calls him Doris.
We're good, right? We're good.
Steve, the only thing I was going to say is that the radiotherapy isn't so bad when you're having it, but when you stop it, that's when it really, really gets you.
Okay.
It's the coming down from it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with you when you're coming off it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But boy, does it knock the shit out of you.
Okay. Well,
it didn't knock the shit out of me, but I got the side effects from it. Because I had that bleeding, that proctitis.
Oh yeah.
But it didn't make me feel unwell. It was just what it was, that So
they tell me that it's going to the biggest effect is going to be that it's going to it's going to kill my saliva gland on my right hand side, but it's going to affect my swallow, which is going to be hard to get nutrition into me because I won't be able to feed.
Yeah.
So they might have to put a feeding tube into me to keep nutrition into me in that weeks 3, 4, 5, 6 type of thing. That seems to be the issue that they're concerned with, because I dropped a bit of weight like in I've put a little bit on the last couple of weeks, but in that first 2 weeks in hospital after the operation, I dropped to 9 kilos, and they sort of said, oh, you can't lose weight because you're going to lose a shitload when we do the radiation, because it's going to affect the swallow. So that seems to be, but you've got a team of people around you, bloody dietitians and speech therapists and oncologists, and it's fantastic. The service at our local hospital, Westmead Hospital, is fantastic, and separate section. It's just marvelous. So I can't want for more than that. It is what it is. I think it affects different people different ways. I think they sort of hit you with the worst scenario, tell you what the worst scenario is, and then anything less than that, then you might be a bit happier. So
how far's the hospital from where you live, Steve?
About 10-15 minutes.
Oh, great. And who's driving you there? Your missus?
Kale drive me there tomorrow. Well, she'll take me tomorrow because of the chemo. It's a 5-hour drip of chemo going, and then the radiation straight after. But after that, seeing how I feel, it's only 10-15 minutes away, the hospital. So there's a separate parking area close to the doors, and you haven't got to walk the hospital and stuff like that to get there. So Oh, good.
No, it's a big hospital. I've been numerous times in the last few weeks because my wife's mother's been in there. She's 95. Yeah, so yeah, I know all West Mid inside out, Steve. It's a great
It's a
hospital.
great hospital. It's a great.
Yeah.
It's an old hospital, but
Yeah.
they've got all the facilities, and it's not the
Yeah.
ideal hospital to be in the sense it's, as I say, it's old and the wards are old, but the facilities they've got there are tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very lucky. The nurses and that are fantastic. We've never had a problem there.
Are they old as well? No,
There
they're
are
not,
some.
are they? They're not. They're not.
Always one.
Hello,
always one.
Taffy. Taffy, good to see you as
Hey,
well.
Taff.
Bob,
Yeah, but Bubba's going to be late. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
boys, I mentioned earlier, Macca is not coming in. He apologises, but he's meeting up with his daughter Laura's new boyfriend, who's treating them to a do at the Roosters match tonight.
Oh, that's just
That'd
not
be
good
right.
enough. Not good enough.
That's the only reason he's allowed his daughter to go out
Yeah.
with this fellow. Surely,
Yeah.
It's just-
There's always got to be a catch, isn't it? It's always a meal or a drink or a
you can
a
take
free
my
this or a
daughter
free
out, but
that.
I need to go to the Roosters.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
yeah.
And hey, but boys, it's so glad for you coming in from down under because it was a worry because
Yeah.
we got Pete talking with an Australian accent just to make it seem authentic,
I know. Well,
He's right.
I put a message out saying there's no one in. Please come in. But while I've got you, have a guess what was in my back garden last night, Taffy?
Oh, God.
Oh.
No, a mountain lion, a bobcat.
Shit.
Bob
And I'm
Cat.
and the video's on Seafarers right now, so you can watch it anytime. But I'll post it on here as well.
Yeah.
It was
Hey.
big pussy cat.
Eh?
But it was
Bob the cat.
No, Bobo, it's a bobcat. That's what they call them.
hang on. Talking about
You know,
bobcats, here's
a
Bobo.
bobcat.
You know
Hello, Bobo.
that explosion a few weeks ago in Palm Springs,
In
No,
where-
Colonel. You
No, I
remember the
don't.
explosion in Palm Springs?
no, I don't. Oh, yeah,
Well,
okay, I kind of do. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I've got a very good friend from my village back in the UK, and he's
Yeah.
got a gentleman's shop in Palm Springs that sells all clothing and retail stuff, shoes and God knows what. Well, he lives in the area, and talking about bobcats, he regularly walks his dog and posts videos of what they see on there. Because he's got a beautiful place that backs onto the mountains, and he said, "Have a look at this: coyotes and rattlesnakes and goodness knows what." And it's like common. It's like they're in their backyard, basically.
Yeah, it is down in California, but in Seattle, it's like being in London and having a bloody a wolf in your backyard.
Yeah,
Just birds and bobcats.
yeah.
Johnny.
Have the birds?
Yeah.
The birds flown? Have they?
Oh, I can see. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
just
the
had a look
birds-
at
the birds have
Johnny's
gone, yeah.
kitten in the back garden. Yeah,
Talk about kitten. The two little grandkids
it does
are
look
here.
quite big, actually.
The two little grandkids are here, and if God forbid that they'd have gone out and the bloody big pussy cat was there.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Thank you, Dave, for backing me up. He or she is quite big.
either
Yeah,
that,
you're right.
but I think he's got the cat walking over a model railway set, which does make it look a lot bigger.
Oh, is John
Yeah,
McGinty in? Is he?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so
It's his
but-
birthday today.
Yeah, John Genty's, yeah.
Yeah.
so Steve, when are you going to see the bobcats in Alaska? What date do you go?
31st of July. We fly to Toronto on the 31st. We have 3 days in Toronto. going to Niagara Falls, and then we fly over to Vancouver for 2 days, and then we join the Grand Princess in Vancouver up to Alaska.
Oh,
Yeah, me and Cindy will go up to Vancouver to spend time with Stephen Carroll.
Apparently,
Oh,
I've got to
nice.
find somewhere to hide.
Yeah.
somewhere. But Watsy, will any of the group behind you, where, I mean, bless them, I mean, hopefully most are still alive, but are they around the world now? Are they a lot down in Australia or what?
No.
Millie's.
Mel Doherty, the one on the far right, is in Australia. Alan
He's in-
Tellin. Alan
Um,
Tellin at the back behind me. He's in Australia. That's about it, I think. Couple of them.
I'll use that as a thumbnail for the recording. Watsy, that's good.
A couple of them are no longer with us, I'm afraid. Tim the Shark, Jack Brennan.
Is that Tim Taylor?
Yeah.
Is
Where's-
that Les
where's-
Clements in there as well?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Les
Les
Clements.
Clements.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the young,
Tim
who's
Taylor at
down
the back,
front?
Alan Tellin, Jack Brennan, Stevie Harrison,
Yeah.
Tim,
I knew Steve
Tim
Harrison.
Ireland.
Yeah, I was on
Steve
the way
Harrison.
That's Ronnie's someone, isn't it? The guy in the front.
What, the
Yeah,
little
in the
one, the
front.
short one?
Yeah. Huey next to Mel.
Huey McCarran. I think
Ewan
Who's the
McCann,
guy?
wasn't
might have been something like that. Who's
Did-
the guy between Tim and Huey?
Between Tim and Huey.
What, with the
Is-
moustache?
He was a messman, I think. Pete
No.
can't think of his name.
No.
that Huey McCann? Didn't he throw himself overboard on the camera? No, I think he did. Didn't he commit suicide?
No. Oh.
I think he did go over the side. Yeah.
I think he did.
Which
You're
one was
right,
that?
But I
actually.
don't know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I was on there at the time.
He
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Which
That
one
must
is
have been,
it?
that must
Yeah,
have
which
been
one is
after
he?
that photograph was taken.
Yeah. Well, that's on the
Can you
arc,
send me the
isn't it?
pic? Can
Are
you
you
send me the
sure
picture,
it
Watsy?
was?
That's on the arc, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Okay,
would have
yeah.
been. It was on the
About,
camera because I
So
remember he was
what
on
was
the
that
arc
vehicle and
about?
all they found was his shoes.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Yeah, it was around Fiji, after we left Fiji. I think he might have been on the U-gang then, that guy, though. But we did have one go over the side after Fiji. And that's
Yeah.
when you're talking about. That was on the Canberra.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm not sure what ship it was on, to be honest.
I don't
thought
think
it-
it was the arc.
No, I think I was on the camera. I'm sure he was on the camera.
Was he on Oriana?
Or
Huey.
Huey.
I
not that
sailed
I-
with him. Might have been in Ronzo. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know I
I
sailed with him.
disappeared on Canberra. We were the night before we got into Tenerife or somewhere. I think it was. I don't think I think he was a winger. I can't remember.
He was a
what his
really
name was.
nice
Steve.
guy. I liked Huey.
Yeah.
We had
That's a
a
great
bellboy.
photo, Watsy.
That's
Brilliant.
a
We had a
great.
bellboy. We had a bellboy disappear on the Orsolva, which sailed out of Perth going across to Cape Town, and he disappeared. They thought he'd gone over the side and were searching the ship for him up and down everywhere. Couldn't find the guy. Couldn't find him. So they're assuming he'd gone over the side. And I was looking around, and you went right down the decks to the baggage locker, the big baggage hold.
Yeah.
With a big gate on it, big lock. And I'm looking around and sniffing about, and I hear this shuffling. What the hell's that? And I looked in, and he was in there. He got locked in, but he'd done it purposely. He'd gone hiding purposely. But they come down, they locked the doors, and that was it. Nobody was going to go back there. You know what I mean? Until they needed baggage out.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
found him. So they thought he'd gone over the side.
Wow.
He could have been in
Been there for
days
bloody
and days and
weeks.
days.
Yeah.
Pardon? Yeah. There's no one would go down to the baggage hold at all to get any bags until you got to South Africa, basically.
You get in trouble with that, did he?
Yes. But it's me who found it. I just heard this shuffling. What the hell's going on down there? I can hear something here. And they'd locked the doors on this. It's like a big cage.
Yeah.
They'd locked the doors on him, and but he'd gone there.
Was he as big as a bobcat, or...
In actual fact, I remember right, he was a big lad. He was a body, really, not strong, muscly. I mean,
but a big lad? Well,
extra weight.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't remember his name now. Can't remember his name. Who's the guy on that photo which you say he went over the side? Which one's that?
The one on
Kiwi.
the far right with the hand in the air. Or
Yeah.
Can't see for your head.
So what,
Sorry,
behind
no, other
you,
side.
behind you, Watsy?
no,
Okay.
other
No, the other end.
side, other end.
No, the other
Behind
end.
Steve
Yeah.
Harrison.
Other end, second from the right.
Yeah.
Stevie Harrison is next to me, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
All right,
happened
yeah.
to him?
Don't know, never heard from him after I left.
Oh yeah, I see.
Okay.
I see. I couldn't see all the picture. Yeah, I
You
went
will,
on
you
local
will.
leave with
Yeah,
Steve Harrison
actually,
in,
Watsy,
we went to
after
Surfers
you
Paradise on
left,
local leave.
because you left quite abruptly, did
I
you
did.
see anybody?
Did I? Sorry,
After you left the ship, which was quite a quick exit,
it was.
you actually meet, did you ever see any of the other guys ever again?
No, I didn't see anyone. The only one I saw was my old barman. Went and he retired, and he was Frank Whitcomb. He was obviously living in England, and when I used to go home, I used to go and visit him. He was retired, and he's quite old. Right up until he died. I used to go down every time I'd go home to visit my family. I'd go and see him, but I didn't keep in. I kept in touch with Mel. Sorry, the guy on the other end from me. He married and lived close by to where I lived in Newcastle, and I kept in touch with him and still do.
He lives
So
in
what did you leave abruptly for, Steve? What was the story behind that?
Or
shouldn't I ask?
No. I jumped in Sydney.
Oh, okay.
It was true love, wasn't it, Watsy? True love.
Yeah. I just thought, well, Sea Princess was coming. Arcadia was going to scrap, and even though I had sort of said that I'd have a position on there, I didn't trust it. I wasn't sure, so I knew if I got back to England, then I might struggle to get back to Australia, and my girlfriend, now wife, was here, so I thought, well, that will do me. So
Did you have a visa and everything set up, or?
I had I jumped on June 30th and married on July the 6th.
Wow.
I didn't need a visa. She was my visa.
It was different back then. I did all my stuff in New Zealand, but then when I wanted to get off in Sydney, and Barry Mulder wouldn't let me get off. He made me sail all the way around to Perth, which was the day I was supposed to.
I didn't ask permission.
No, you did not.
Talk.
It was only the year. It was only the year before I jumped, though, Martin. That they held the amnesty.
There was an amnesty, yeah.
Yeah, and I missed that last amnesty. But I mean, they had amnesties every 6 months. So if you had somewhere to live and basically had a job, then you welcome in, come in. That was it. Was easy as that. I did prepare, and I did have a multiple entry visa, 30-day multiple re-entry visa. So if things hadn't worked out, I could have left and then come back for another 30 days and blah blah. But like I say, we married 6 days after I jumped, and I spent a week in the immigration office in Newcastle, and gave the story and had somewhere to live and blah, blah, blah. Got a job straight away in the local RSL club. And I got permanent residency, and then and then I got citizenship in the bicentenary year.
Oh, yeah.
Is that why the great train robber could just go there? What's his name?
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah, Ronnie
the great
came
train
in.
robber.
Ronnie
Ronnie.
Biggs.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Well,
He
it
did,
was
Ronnie
Biggs.
Yeah.
Ronnie Biggs and Bobo, wasn't it? No, it was difficult. No, it was difficult.
You just spoiled his Sunday.
No, no, it has not, Stephen. It is. So, Bobo, are you in your usual morning residence?
No, I changed my venue. I'm in McDonald's.
What?
Ah, I was getting
They
so
sell-
used to wear the spoons.
Did
Yeah.
they sell lager in there now then?
Yeah, I've changed the venue. It's £3.90 something breakfast, cheaper.
Well done. Well done. Are you incognito again in this new venue?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who's that behind Taffy? Taffy, who's that picture behind you?
No, I put that up because Steve will recognize him straight away, the guy we've been talking about.
Melville.
At the other end of my photo,
That's
right at
what-
the other end of my photo, that's Mel.
Ah,
Same guy.
cool,
And
yeah.
that's him when I met him a couple of days before I met Martin, the last time I was in Sydney, just before COVID, or a couple of months before COVID it was.
Wow,
And
that's
I met
brilliant.
up with Mel. Mel had flown in from Melbourne, I think, or somewhere. No,
Perth.
Perth.
Yeah, he's in Perth, yeah.
He'd flown in and we met up and we had a good old time, we did, and had a bit of nose bag and then a couple of days later I met Martin in the Orient and we had a bit of nose bag in there. It was a great it was a lovely old time it was.
Yeah, it was. It was. Good
Because
catch up.
I don't believe nowadays in planning anything. So it was just brilliant because I just got up in the morning and the place I had in Woolloomooloo was right opposite the gardens, that led down to Circular Quay.
Yeah, botanical gardens.
So I just walked through botanical gardens and I'd go, where will I go today? Manly, Parramatta, and I just go up and I just walk all day. It was wonderful. I'm so glad I did it when I did.
Yeah.
No.
It's so
Yeah, well, we had a beautiful day today. Very nice weather. Still very cold in the morning. Lots of mist and fog around, but beautiful. First day of winter, I think, today.
Is it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, first day.
Martin, is Vivid finished? Is Vivid still
19
on?
degrees. No,
I'm
Vivid's
not
still
sure.
on.
I think it has. Yeah, because
Still
I haven't
on.
seen anything the last few days on it. They
Okay.
normally post something on the news about it, but
That's always good. I like Vivid. It brings in a lot of money to Sydney.
it does. Yeah. And they've got the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. They seem to use that a lot, and all the surrounding buildings. It's quite spectacular, actually. Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that.
What is that, Bobo?
It's
It's
a
a light
festival of
show.
lights
Yeah.
called
Ah,
Vivid. Called Vivid.
It's called Vivid. Yeah.
Right.
Usually
They charge
lasts about
you
a
to go and
week.
see it. Yeah, but it's if you want to be sneaky about it, you just hop on the ferry and you can see quite a bit of it
Yeah.
from the ferry
Mm-hmm.
as we go over to Manly.
Do you boys go over to Manly very often? Is it
Not a
day
great
that you
deal.
do?
I'm lucky if I go over there once a year. I haven't been over for quite a while actually, but occasionally I go over.
Oh,
I
nice.
worked on the wharf
Watsy.
in Manly for a
Mm.
year.
Okay.
I worked on the wharf.
That's a nice picture.
That's brilliant.
Watsy. Yeah.
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 Is that a live picture? Is it, Watsy?
No, not quite.
Oh,
No.
nice. Nice one.
That's
That's
great.
just for Fruity, that one.
Yeah.
That's nice. I
Nice
like
one.
those colours. Dear.
Here.
Even better.
Oh.
So, how long's this festival last?
Runs for about 2.5 weeks, I think it is.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because the
Probably
other
been
one,
going for about 10 or 12 years now, maybe longer.
Yeah,
I'm
it just
not
gets
sure.
bigger every year.
Yeah.
What about the Moomba Festival in Melbourne? Is that still as good as ever? Have you?
I have
it
never
bigger?
been
I
to the
don't know.
Moomba. Never been to the Moomba.
No.
Have you not?
When I first came to Australia, they used to have the Ekka. It was called the Ekka.
That's in
Remember
Brisbane,
the
man.
Ekka? In Brisbane, that's right.
Brisbane.
Yeah.
That's still going. I've been
That's
there.
still going.
Yeah, that's still
it's a bit
going.
like
That's a
our
big-
Easter show, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So Easter, they tend to do a big game, a big fair and rides and eateries and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, well, Fruity and I were thinking of going to see the cheese rolling the other week, weren't we?
Yeah, they didn't really want to roll me down that hill though.
Do you
Couple
know
of
what?
days-
You've heard of it. You know of the cheese rolling, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I think an Aussie won it last year.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's got that big. They were doing it live on BBC on the BBC iPlayer. You could actually watch the day's event. You know, it's becoming even bigger. You know,
Didn't one of the girls win it this year?
I'm not sure. I
She
didn't
went down at a tremendous rate.
shoot. Honestly, it's unbelievable.
Well, they split it up
Unbelievable.
between male and female races.
Oh, is that what they do? Right.
There'd have to be certain categories, wouldn't there? Is there an over 50s or something?
I thought it meant bad.
Oh, it's a bit hard to.
Quick mention about the football. Did you watch the game, Pete? Good game.
Oh, they were amazing, weren't they?
Cracking, wasn't it?
Oh, what a team.
Absolutely brilliant.
What a team.
Yeah. A team for many years to come, I think, eh?
Yeah, well, it's Chelsea should take quite good strength from their side because Chelsea average age is what, 25?
20 and a half.
24,
Yeah, that's
24.
right. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Who needs Messi and Neymar and the likes of?
They were fantastic.
They were.
They
I enjoyed it.
Destroyed
And
Inter.
Watsy and Martin, obviously, I say congratulations, but also commiserations because you're still achieving really well, but you deserved more. You did deserve
Just
more
missed
for
out.
both of you.
I
But
think if they'd have said at the beginning of the season, you'll finish 7th, we would have taken it anyway. But
absolutely,
yeah, there was a lot of hope there for a time being. But to be honest, I don't think they've really got the side to compete at champions level at the moment.
I
so,
agree, man.
Yeah,
I think you
think
two
they'll-
boys, your two teams in the competitions they're in, you certainly have got opportunities there to at least enjoy the competition as opposed to
Yeah. Well, I think Villa to be knocked out the Champions League by the winners and to be knocked out the FA Cup by the winners. They did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a question for Dave. Dave, next season, are you going to support Taffy's team when they come and play you?
Of course I am.
And what team is that I'm talking about?
My team's Bristol City.
No, I realise your team, Dave.
Occasion, but I will be thinking of Taffy's lovely Wrexham.
When they play Bournemouth, you can go there and cheer.
Bournemouth are in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
it's 2:00 in the morning. Yeah.
Be another few years for that to happen, John.
There's a tournament.
Yeah.
There is a tournament which Bournemouth are playing in, which Wrexham are playing in it. End of season. There is a tournament coming up. So that's all right. But
and if someone would have said we'd have finished 16th in this season, I'd have took that as well.
We'll get used to it.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, be happy it was only 16th because if it had been 18th,
I was going to say
that might be a good result next year, Steve.
In fact, did you see what Blackpool Bob posted? The 1950-51 First Division.
Yeah,
I love that because that's the year I was born in 51.
Yeah.
So,
So
Fruity,
David,
why do you always have to bring up all this bloody football stuff? It was going so
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a good
In fact,
conversation.
I always put the TV on when I get up in the morning. I was up really early this morning, put BBC One on, and all of a sudden I heard fucking Match of the Day coming on. I thought, 1st of June, what is this all about?
Lineker's gone.
I had to hurriedly go and turn over to BBC Two.
yeah. Hey, but the sporting things is quite good with tennis as well over in the French Open.
Yeah.
The two play well, Norrie and young Draper coming through. They're looking well, Draper's looking promising.
There's 3 English boys in the last, whatever it is, 32.
16.
16. 3 English
Yeah.
men.
Yeah. That was a nice touch that they did for Nadal, at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he deserved it. I mean, he's been he's a legend. You'll be hard pushed getting 4 of those type players ever again. You know, I
Yeah.
thought Sampras was pretty good, but you know, Djokovic and Federer, Nadal.
Sure.
You know,
Big year coming up. Big year coming up for the cricket, though.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah.
Ashes.
You lot
Yeah.
come down here, yeah.
Are we
I got
coming down
tickets.
to you?
I got tickets for Perth for the first test to go over to Perth.
You're going to Perth, are you?
Yeah, I'll go to Perth, see the first one.
Bobo,
Yeah. Haven't
it looks
you heard
like
the
we're
Optus
going to
Stadium
Perth.
there?
We're going to Perth, Bobo. That's where it is. All right.
Perth.
I'm going to have to go, guys.
All right. Well,
Okay, bye-bye.
and
I
Taffy,
think everybody
thanks
is.
for putting
Talk
up
to
the
you
football
later.
team.
See you.
Yeah, there's some nice old faces there.
Take care. Bye.
No
Okay.
Oh
hope
yeah.
there.
Oh, it's the traffic lights, boys, because it's definitely way past Colonel's
Bedtime.
insomnia.
Return to bedtime.
Thank
thank you.
That's
you.
looking like
Hey, Mr.
Keith Charity.
Lovely seeing you up and about, looking
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah, and
Tara.
good
Boys.
luck. Good luck with the next
Yeah,
few
good luck,
next few weeks.
Steve.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Good luck, Steve.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the best,
Yeah.
Monty.
Let us know
See
how
you.
you're getting on, please.
I'll see you in a couple of months when I come out the other side.
Good man.
Okay,
Right.
Steve.
Man.
Fingers
Looking
crossed
good.
for you, mate.
And
Cheers.
Yeah.
all
Thank
the
you.
best, Martin. Good seeing you.
Okay. Sorry
And
I came in a bit
Fruity
late
and
tonight,
all.
but
See you all.
anyway.
Yeah.
Cheers, Stevie.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.